Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good for it being over 100 degrees outside since I'm inside in the cool. The CPS Energy rates you and they say out of 100 people in your neighborhood, you're rated blah, blah, blah. I'm, I'm up there, y'all. I think I have a very inefficient home. It's about 20 years old, so I don't know. I must have a lot of leaks in my windows and stuff because I'm always around 89, 90. You dropped 3 spots this week. Good for you. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too efficient, I guess. Anyway, that's why my electric bill's $400. I try though because they say between 3 and 5 to put your temperature up a couple of degrees, and I do that. I actually do that. We have two central units, and I'll go and I'll lift them up a little bit, and I'll turn the fan off here, and I try to stay in one area of the house so the other air conditioner don't have to work. But I don't know. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot, and that's the hottest part of the day. Hopefully, next time y'all see me, I'll have colored my hair. I just bought some hair dye. Yeah, my daughter's a beautician. You'd think she'd color my hair for me, but hell no, she she won't do it. It's like pulling teeth to get her to color my hair. So I just do it myself. I have to get a couple of boxes though, hair dye because I got a lot of hair. So how about Kamala Harris? Can y'all believe it? All right, woohoo! She's gonna be our VP. Isn't that wonderful? That was a great pick. And I have to toot my own horn and thank you to my guides for, letting me have that information. Thank you, thank you. Your guides always give you information, and they give you good, solid information. It's the way you interpret it and the way that you see it. And plus you've got your own little filter in, and you might be nervous to say who's going to become the VP, but got some good information, and I have to hand it all to my guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So they were correct. Um, and that's reliable information. So I just want to take a look at, meditate. I did a little meditation. I did take a look at uh, Kamala Harris and just ask her, her higher self, just connect with her energy, what's going on with her, and what does she have to say about all that went on and what's going on and everything. And it's kind of funny. Uh, when I connected with her, she says, a year ago, I never saw this coming. You know, she never expected to be VP. She really didn't. I mean, she was very focused on, that she wanted to be president. And then she did endorse Biden and all that. But, you know, she didn't see him picking her. She just didn't see it. She didn't see it coming, not a year ago anyway. Now, she may have had a hint of it before then, but a year ago she didn't. She didn't expect it. But then I get this vision of, because that riding with Biden, if you're on Facebook, you see riding with Biden, and I see them on a motorcycle, and she says, well, now I'm riding with Biden, and she jumps on the bike with him. There they go. So they're taking off. So I ask her about Trump, and she says, we're going to get rid of this king. We're getting rid of him. And he's an ugly king. I see this ugly king even uglier than he is. She says, it's time for the feminine energy to lead. It is. It truly is. So I ask her, what about Pence? What about your counterpart? Because, people are already talking about their debates coming up and all that. And I'm seeing like tulips being thrown, tulips, tulips, tulips. I'm like, what is this? And she said, what? Dead in the water? He's dead in the water. Okay, that's what she says. She just throws tulips out and says, he's dead in the water. So I guess she's not really focused on him at all. That's not her concern, her worry. It's like, they're gone, they're done, they're out of here. It's just, you know what I mean? She just got this energy like that. I don't even have to think about him. He's out of here. Okay. So she says, January 20th is a rebirth for our nation. We have fallen, We have struggled, but through hard work, determination, and dedication from the servants of the people, we'll build back better. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so thank you. I like hearing that. I like hearing that. I think he's really picked a great VP. She's perfect, just really perfect. She's beautiful. She has some sort of charisma. She really does. She's got this beautiful energy, this charisma, and she has a gorgeous smile. You know, she's just a overall a hardworking, dedicated, strong, tenacious woman. So intelligent, so beautiful. I mean, she's got it all. She's the bomb, and she's gonna explode on the Trump and Pence. And Biden, he's fantastic too. I look at uh, Kamala and I say, okay, this is 12 years, girl. This is 12 years. You got 4 years of VP, then you got 8 years of the president. So I hope that'll happen like that. I have my hopes. Okay, you guys, I was talking to my husband and I was like, what could I talk about? Because we're always focused on politics, and I know everybody wants to hear about it. And did you see in the Flynn case, they were the circuit of the 10 judges listening to the hearing, 4-hour hearing. Looks like it's going to be handed back to the original judge to make a ruling on it, if he's going to listen to them or not. So anyway, so there's a lot of things going on still. I understand that and I know it. And it's frustrating though, right? It's frustrating to see that things that keep going on and on and on with this administration. So I was talking to my husband and I was like, what else could I talk about, And he said, well, what about the winter? What about the holidays? What about the next holiday coming up? And I was like, oh, what about Halloween? Okay. So I did a little meditation and I got some information about Halloween. And this is what I saw. Now, of course, there's always going to be some people that will go trick-or-treating, because there's just some people that no matter what, they're just not worried about the situation and they're just trying to live normal lives. So they want things back to normal. So there will be that. But what I'm really seeing is people are, they're doing different things. They're doing more decoration things. They're decorating their lawns, and people are dressing up. They're dressing up and they're having parades. You can have a parade through your neighborhood. You don't have to stand all together like a crowd, but you can have a long, drawn out parade. And that's what I see. I see people just walking through the streets of their neighborhood and not necessarily going door to door or anything, but they walk out in a parade, and I feel like there'll be like one central place where they give candy out for the kids so that the kids aren't receiving candy from all these different homes, that it will be from one place and they'll all get the candy like that. You know what I mean? So that they're not going from door to door to door to door and, giving germs back and forth and things like that. Even though they may have masks on or they may not, but, it's coming from people's houses. So it's coming from their hands, their house, who knows, they coughed on it, whatever. So I feel like we're going to see more of that, just some kind of parade. That's what I'm seeing. And there'll be a central place where one person's distributing the candy to the kids so they don't have to all go to houses. Then it'll make it a lot more safe, and it'll be out in the open area, So they'll still have a fun time with Halloween. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Parade, parade, parade. Okay, so I'm not going to go further and see, take a look at the other holidays. I'm going to just wait and go one at a time when they get a little bit closer and talk about them as things get a little bit closer. But I've been really busy, y'all. I've been doing readings every day, every day. Thank you, Lord, because, we're not doing business now. We might have one of our shows in October. We're thinking about it at the end of October on Halloween weekend. We would normally have a show at that time. And my husband's, talking to his vendors and talking to the convention center and all that and seeing what we can do. The Peddler Show was at the New Braunfels Convention Center. That's where we go to. We're situated between New Braunfels and San Antonio. We're in Bulverde. So we go to the New Braunfels Convention Center. We put on our show there. And like I said, the peddler show was there last weekend, and they're, of course, it was down for them. They didn't have the people coming out that they normally do, and they're a big, big show. Y'all know the peddler show; they're big. So they have hundreds of vendors, and they didn't really see a good turnout. So that doesn't look good. But hey, you never know. You never know. And we've been doing this show for a long time now. I guess, I don't know, I think maybe 15, 16 years we've been doing this show, something like that. So, people know us and they're looking forward to it. And we're getting calls from people saying, are y'all going to put on another show? So hopefully we'll be able to. Also, I wanted to talk about another thing that's going on. Remember, I asked y'all to pray for my daughter. I really appreciate those prayers and everything. Keep them coming. I want to talk to y'all about, you know, a lot of people are going through a lot of depression right now. And that Michelle Obama talked about it on her podcast, that she had some low grade depression. People are being put in situations that they're not used to be, like I have to stay at home all day with my husband. It's driving me crazy. There's all kinds of situations like that with their kids all day long. They're not used to it. They're just not used to being home all the time. And there's, what else can you do? You can go outside, but if you live in an area like we do here that's hotter than hell, over 100 degrees, you can't really go outside and find something to do. It's just too hot. Swimming pools are all closed, y'all. There's no swimming pools open. The neighborhood pools and all, they're closed. My daughter's pool's closed. So it's a time that y'all have to be very, very careful. It's so emotional right now. It's very stressful. Like I said, people are working from home, kids are at home. It's not a time to make any major decisions in your life. It's not a time to, no matter what you're going through and what you're feeling right now at this time, it's going to pass. This situation will pass. Things will get better. So if you're, having problems with your family, if you're having problems with your spouses, not a time to make a decision about it. It's not a good time. This is going to pass. These feelings that you're having now, some people are super depressed. Some people just want to kill somebody. you know, you know what I mean? It's going to pass. It will pass. You guys, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, what you're going through, you have to reach for the joy in every situation. I know that's hard, especially if you're really depressed and you have, horrific feelings, or you're going through a difficult situation, or if you're feeling, like your spouse isn't hearing you, or you're feeling unloved or something like that. Communication, communication, communication. You have to communicate. What's hurting you, you have to, communicate your feelings. How is anybody going to know how you feel or what you're going through if you don't communicate? And let me tell you, there's a lot of people are going through things and they're not telling anybody. They're having all these situations, all these feelings. People are like, oh, your husband's home. That must be nice. And you're like, no, I want to kill my husband. Things like that. And you're feeling like, okay, well, something's wrong with me. I can't even stand to be around my husband. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with our marriage? I can't stand to be around him. He's aggravating the hell out of me. And people are going through these thoughts and things, and they're like, well, I think we just need to get a divorce, Guys, don't take it to the mat. Calm down. Everything's going to be okay. When I say get some help from family members that love you. When you're talking to, let's say, a colleague, they don't really have your emotional needs in their foremost mind. So you have to be careful who you're getting advice from. You could talk to clergy, you can talk to a counselor, talk to a family member that really loves you and loves your family, because they will guide you. Talk to a parent, talk to a grandparent, somebody that really loves you and has your best interest and your family's best interest at heart, and listen to them. Because, a lot of times we hear people, I wouldn't put up with that shit. You know what I mean? That's what they say. I don't put up with that. So that's not the kind of advice that's going to help you. It's a give and take. And right now, we're doing a lot of giving. And I tell my husband all the time, y'all, I tell him, you don't run out of forgiveness when I aggravate him and make him mad, which, I can do all the time. I tell him, don't run out of forgiveness. You need a whole bunch of it. You're married to me. You better be very forgiving, because he'll get angry with me, and I'll say, please forgive me, and he'll look at me, and I'll say, don't run out of forgiveness. You got to store a whole bunch up for me. uh, I made a decision a long time ago that I would be joyful in no matter what situation. And of course, there's times when you get down and you get sad. And I went through that a few days ago because my daughter's going through an issue, a family issue, and it just breaks my heart. It makes me so sad. It makes me so, so sad. And I told my husband, because she won't listen to me, I told my husband, you better call your daughter and you better make her listen to you, because if I don't have any peace, you're not having any peace either. So you know how it's a ripple effect through the family. If you're having a problem in your family, everybody's having a problem. You know what I mean? It's not just between you and your child, or you and your husband. If you're having a problem in your family, it has a ripple. It affects everything and everybody in your family. It really does. And that's what I just want to tell you guys, to please um, be considerate and kind of the people that are around you. Everybody's going through the same thing. If people ask you for advice, tell them to hold off on making any big decisions. Give them good advice. Give them loving, kind advice that will be helpful to them. If you're unsure, tell them to go talk to their mamas or their grandma or something like that. If you're unsure and you don't know what to tell them. Of course, when people are in a bad relationship, that they're getting hurt or abused, that's completely something else. I'm talking about just, going through stressful situations together. This is what I'm talking about, just stress. This is just stress that we're going through, and it can magnify. It can magnify by all the things. Look, watch the TV, it'll stress you out, Watch the news, it'll stress you out. And then all the other things that are going on in your life. You don't know if your kids are going to school or not. It stresses you out, And all the things they used to do, they're not doing. My grandkids, they would go to karate. They would go to their trumpet lessons and things like that. Now they're not doing anything. They're not doing all these things. So it's stressful. You have your kids there all the time and your husband. And yeah. And then you kind of start, I think you have to be careful, because you could really start tuning them out. You know what I mean? You're there all day with them, and mothers can do that. Mothers can do that really well. You can tune people out, and I do it all the time. I'm really bad at that. I mean, I'm good at it. I'm so good at that, I'm bad. But I learned how to do it a long time ago, because your kids are saying, Mom, 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 and you're just like, tune out. Well, when you tune your family out and they're there all the time and you're tuning them out, that's another problem. That's another problem going on. So y'all have to be present and listen to your family, because they're going through stuff too. Your kids are going through stuff. And it's every minute of every day that they're awake, they're going through it. They really are. So I know it's taken a lot of energy from you guys, but, mamas are the glue. So I'm talking to the mamas. Mamas are the glue. Keeps the family together. So we all have to help each other. So if you have a mama that's stressing, y'all say some good words and lift her up and help her out. Okay. So I just wanted to say a little bit about that, because I just have been getting a lot of guidance from my daughter. So I just wanted to kind of pass it along. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Love y'all so much. I've been getting a lot of people asking for readings. So I was able to turn them around in 24 hours. I think I have to go up to like 48 hours right now. So if you want a reading with me, it might be 2 days, might not be the next day. It might be 48 hours before I can get to you. But I'll get to you as quickly as I can. And thank y'all so much for asking me to do the readings, because I need the work. I want to stay busy, and have something coming in here. So it's good. Thank y'all so much. And thank y'all for the comments and all. I appreciate it. Thank you for the prayers. They are helpful. Prayers help. And keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. I love y'all so much. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. And I'll talk to y'all again later. Bye for now.